What's up, guys? It is I, the mighty Greenchili here, and today we're doing a Transmog showcase. As your host, Greenchili will show you unique and special Transmog sets for you to farm and wear on your character. I like making Transmogs, after all, is what I enjoy. If you enjoyed this content, then be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more cool content. Let's get started, shall we? Today is an amazing set. A set you guys might have seen or might have never seen. Who knows? The Drill Master Zapper set. This amazing set looks endearing. The spiky helmet, the spiky shoulders, the nice little horde symbol, along with the blue belt to match with the chest. And some hard metal looking boots with amazing shield to go along with the gloves, which the gloves has a blue in it, just like the chest and belt. The shield and drill really complements the set, and as a drill master, you make sure that you stab your enemies from afar as you kill them with a deadly shock. With this set in hand, your amazing goblin skill engineering will be proven the most fatal of all enemies. At least you haven't blown yourself up, which we can all agree indeed. This set, when worn by either a male or female goblin alike, you cannot deny it look pretty badass. One just has to wonder, how do you get this set, huh? In this video, we're gonna do just that. So let's get started, shall we? Here is the Drill Master Zapper helmet, and that is the Dawn Slayer helm. That's right, it kills the Dawn. And the shoulders are called the Betrayer's pauldrons. After all, they are from the same set, but luckily enough from the same dungeon. Where am I at? Symbol. As we go on from our map, far in the Echo Islands, we must go all the way to the fairy expansion, Pandaria. In there, as you go far and wide, I'm just joking, you go all the way over to Tanaris, the fairy area where you must go over there, and Kelmador, in Tanaris, which you must go to the Cavern of Time's entrance from the very right. Once you go over there, then you will go inside to the very end in the Cavern of Time, to the far right left side, right near the Dragon Soul raid. It will take a while to find and figure out, since the place can be confusing if you're not paying attention well enough. But once you find the dungeon itself, then all you have to do is kill a few bosses. So let's look up over here to the very dungeon, the Hour of Twilight. 2 bosses that will drop it. Let's talk with the second boss. After defeating this boss and helping Thrall reach to the middle of the little graveyard site, this rogue will kill a red dragon, and when you kill her, she has a chance of dropping the fairy shoulders, or I should say the helmet, since the shoulder is a different color, but she drops the helmet. The drop chance is a whopping good 14%. That's right, a 14% drop rate. And what about the helmet and the shoulder together? The shoulder being dropped from the Archbishop or Archbishop, Benedictus drops the fairy shoulders, which has basically a good 13% drop rate. A little bit low, but definitely worth to get. It will take you a while, since after all it's pretty linear, and plus you have to do this on heroic mode. So that means once you go through the whole fight of all 3 bosses. Until you kill him, you have to wait for tomorrow. So I recommend, since this is neutral gear, all I recommend is bring a hunter and a shaman all to go inside and just keep nuking it until you get it. It's annoying, but it's worth it. Next on our list is the chest, known as the fairy colorus of cruel intent. And then the pants, while my character is swinging his bike for some reason, you be the lightning. Windrunner Legards of Triumph. That's right. This chest and pants came from the very place known as the Trial of the Crusader, all the way in the crappy expansion of Icecrown itself. All you do is go to top north, east to the Trial of the Crusaders arena, from the right entrance near the fenders. That's right. Once you go inside the raid, make sure you put this on 25 man, since this is where I estimate the loot, since the loot is random and the bosses can have different loot and switch them around. So let's start with the very beginning of all loot. That's right, 25 normal. The first boss will be the Ice Howl, which is basically after beating these 2 bosses and then finally reaching to here, you have to kill Ice Howl as the last counter. And there, he will drop the very piece you wanted, the chest piece, which has a whopping 5% chance of dropping. Which is pretty bad because the pants is a little bit easier, which can be dropped from a Nubarak. That's right, you get the pants from this scarab who was underrated from a different dungeon and became a raid boss. Well deserving fate, you might say, and he's well known to appear from Heroes of the Storm. So if you love this character, you can definitely know that he'll take a while since you have to defeat all these bosses and then to the Nubarak. And the chance of dropping it is for a whopping 8% chance. It will definitely take a while, but once you get it, it's all yours. Now, next on our list, from the fairy lands of, well, before we do that, let us go to the other lands. Why? The fairy expansion that got everyone triggered. Or should I say victoriously triggered, but depends on your perspective. These boots in particular are from the fairy place called the Land of Wad, which they be known as the Slack Stumper Threads. They came from all the way to the very place, and all the way to Drenar, your fairy expansion. Head on over to Gorgon, head to the north of Gorgon and Blackrock Foundry for the left section, and you'll find it right next to the very little summoning stone of its left. So once you go over there, it shouldn't be too hard to able to get inside, as all you really need is basically to gain the right difficulty. And thankfully, the boots are only from Mythic mode, which I tricked you. It's gonna be a little bit difficult, but thankfully they nerfed some stuff. So if you're going through a full raid run to give everyone one piece of gear, mount, or whatever, at least be lucky it's changed. In Blackrock Foundry, you must kill at least one of the 3 bosses. The Heart of the Mountain, which is after defeating all the other ones as optional, but most mainly, at least a good chunk of it to get to it. Once you battle the Heart of the Mountain, it has a chance of dropping it for a whopping 8% chance. Yep, that is a pretty ridiculous chance of dropping it. But what about another one? Flamebender Kagras, which has a chance of dropping it for a 9% chance. Slightly higher. Want a better chance? Sadly, it's none of these bosses in this dungeon, or I should say raid. It also dropped from Highmall. You must go all the way over here. Head on over to Nagran, And then once you go over there, you go northeast in front of Heimel. There you'll find a guard in particular, and you'll see he'll be standing right next to the entrance to the Heimel raid. Once you go through the Heimel raid, the very boss that you want to deal with is all of them. And once you beat Imperator Mogok, then you go to a special counter to get these boots. But it'll be on mythic difficulty, and it won't show since, after all, this boss will be eliminated by Cho'Gall. And Cho'Gall will drop these damn boots for a good whopping 17% chance. What a good price of an RNG loot system there, huh? Exactly the point, my friends. And that's why these boots are definitely worth getting as a last resort if your luck is just as bad as your own luck of getting a relationship. Very sad indeed. Next on our list, which I almost forgot, is the belt. This very belt, which could be known as the Lightning Well belt. To get this belt, you must go all the way to the very place in Catalysm. All the way to Oldham. Head over southwest below Oldham. Above the clouds is where the entrance above. And that raid is where you will find. And that'd be the throne of the 4 fucking winds. That's right. Once you go to the very section over here to look at and get a good idea from it. The throne of elements. Make sure this is on heroic. And make sure the conclave will drop them. And from what I can tell, both 10 and 25 will drop it. Likely different increase, but definitely a chance of dropping it for a whopping 70% chance. It'd be a while, but it will get it guaranteed. So you really need to defeat is all 3 of these bosses and make sure they're all down at the same time. One of them will go down and that you basically DPS down and he will try to revive himself. Then you go to the next boss, do the exact same thing and he'll try to revive himself. Once you kill the last one of any order, they will all fall and you will finally get the loot from the last one, which is this one from the very back of the room from the entrance on the other side. So good luck on trying to get the fairy belt on heroic mode. 70% chance, just as good as the boots. My words. Next on the list is the gloves, the mace, and the shield. These beauties came from the fairy land of Pandaria, which I mentioned earlier, but I tricked you on that for different pieces. On the Vale of Eternal Blossoms, you must go to the east of the Vale of Eternal Blossoms, inside of the Siege of Orgrimmar. There, when what used to be a lake, is now an empty socket. Just like our dreams. Once you go over there, the bosses will be taken down in the land of Pandaria. And make sure that at the very least, the gloves can be done on normal mode. And for the weapon and the shield are done on mythic mode, so be aware of that. And on normal mode, once you're going through the run, make sure you go through these bosses until the Juggernaut. He will have a chance of dropping the gloves for a whopping 10% chance. And then, if you were to come back after you got the gloves, then advance onwards to mythic. That's right, mythic. And you have to battle all the bosses to get to the freaking Black Fuse, which he will give you the damn weapon for a whopping 12% chance. And as for the shield, which is from a previous boss from here, between the gloves of normal, and that is Nazrun. This lovely buddy passed away and became a Death Knight later in Legion. But in this raid, when you kill him, his chance of dropping the shield will be a 90% chance. And you can tell on Mythic it looks blue. Normal Heroic is red. Rainfinder is green. Always pay attention to what difficulty you're on, or you will get a different piece of gear from that said raid. indeed a challenge it is. Once you finally finish your goblin set, you are indeed ready to drill down below and collect as much Azerite as you can and bow for Azeroth. Thank you guys for watching. Had a wonderful day. Until next time, guys. Peace out.